right, Pisces, we're going to jump into a reading. I'm not feeling my best, so this is just going to be a laid back reading for today. Let's see what's coming out for you. So I did a meditation this morning and I had a channeled message come through. So I'm going to incorporate that channeled message in this reading. Now, this is the kicker though. The channeled message is around how you are admired by more people than what you maybe know or realize. A lot of people could see you as someone who is strong, you're determined, you're confident, you're a force to be reckoned with. And as I was bringing in this energy, I went to go make tea because I'm just not feeling my best. I got a headache, my throat's just kind of hurting. I'm just, I think, on the verge of getting sick, but not sick yet. And the coffee mug that I went and got, I want you to see, it's got an eyeball. And I was saying how this reading is around the fact that you could be watched by more people than what you know. There could be people who are remembering you or could have some sort of insane curiosity around you. Yeah, it's like you have a lot of people confused. A lot of people are confused. Where have you been? What are you up to? Who are you now? And there could be an energy here where people aren't necessarily able to see you clearly because the information that they're trying to gain, they can't gain. This could be whether or not you still live where you always live. This could be, did you move states? Did you move counties? Do you still live the same place you always have? Are you still dating the person you used to date? Are you with someone new? Are you single? Who knows? That's the energy around you. Nobody knows what you're up to, what you're doing. I heard admired and watched by many, but truly known by just a few. Yeah, that makes sense. There could be someone that you could be in conflict with. There could be someone where you're in an argument with them. Someone here could be watching you, where you either had chemistry with them, there was passion, you guys could have had mutual feelings, it could have been a soulmate or a twin flame. There is someone that is a lover, that was a potential lover, that is a potential lover, but maybe you guys are on the outskirts right now. Someone is watching you that you've done entertained, okay? I'm gonna be blunt. Somebody's watching you that you've done entertained. They could do that because they're not truly over you. I don't know, with harsh communication, I feel like this person could have even said things to you that they didn't mean just to make you mad or just to hurt you. But yeah, there's a lot of curiosity around you. You might find out that there are people keeping tabs on you in ways that you didn't know. This could be someone tattling on them. This could be you finding it, finding their email, finding their username. It's like some people are watching you because they're admiring you. Some people are watching you to figure you out, to gather information. Some people are watching you because they're fascinated. Some people are watching you because they're just downright curious and nosy and they ain't got nothing better to do on a Wednesday night. And some of these people are people where there's still love and they could be supporting you from a distance, but they could also be at a place where they're not really willing to fix the disharmony. So these could be friends, family members, lovers that you've had falling outs with. And there could be a distance here. You could have blocked these people. They found a way around the block. So this could be someone that you have blocked that has a fake profile and you don't know that. This could be people that you have blocked, but maybe you don't have them blocked on everything, or they have ways around the blockage. Yeah, it's someone who's closed off. but not closed off enough to not watch you. It's like, I'm closed off enough to not open up to you, to come close to you. I'm closed off enough to not let you in, but I'm not closed off enough to not watch you. That's what someone here is feeling. And it could be because this person's wounded and they're not listening to their higher self. Okay. Give me more for the energy around the eyes on you. Okay, so there's something here about watching some sort of foundation that you're building. It's like, I think there could be people around you shocked by some sort of foundation that you're building, whether this is a love foundation. This could be people thinking that you're single and then they find out that you're actually married. You just didn't feel the need to tell anybody because why do they need to know what you're doing? It's like you're achieving something. You're forming something in silence. And there are either a few people or a significant amount of people who are starting to see that they don't see you clearly, that you show what you want to show and the rest you keep to yourself. These could be people thinking that you are struggling with an addiction. Maybe they're finding out you're sober. This could be people who felt like you were still in a codependent relationship. Maybe they're finding out you're divorced and you're actually in a different marriage altogether. I do feel like Spirit wants you to only surround yourself with people who support you here coming up. Okay? I'm saying that whatever you're doing could also be pushing people into a moment of deep introspection and soul searching. So, let's say that this is people who think that they know you, and them watching you and being curious about you is showing them that they have no idea. This could be making them reevaluate what they're doing. So let's go back to the example of, well, you know, Pisces is really codependent on that person that won't give them what they want, but they're going to have to keep going through that cycle and they'll eventually let them go. Well, these could be people figuring out, not only have you let it go, you're in something completely different. This could be awakening them inside and going, okay, why do I always think that progress has to be loud? Because there's something here about you winning and about people not knowing exactly what you're winning. You're the kind of person where if you give something, you give it in silence. If you win in silence. You don't feel the need to put it in people's face. You don't feel the need to brag. You don't feel the need. Like, you're the kind of person where if you got in a relationship, you're not gonna run straight to social media and put it on social media and talk about how you just met the love of your life and you're blessed and you're not stressed. Because who is that proving anything to, and what's the purpose of that? That's where your thought process is. And there could be an energy here where people are starting to see that you've changed, but your change is more of a silent process than a loud process. And it could have people admiring you. It could have people who you're in conflict with that want to stay in conflict with you, but they also love you enough and they want you to win. It's like some of you've got haters and you know you've got haters, but what you don't know is those haters are fans. Okay? So what do I mean by that? These could be people who don't want to see you win, but they could be the reason why you're not losing, because they are your fans, because they are the people that are constantly sending you love. Not because they want to, but because they can't help it. And I'm saying that. It's so funny because I just told myself, I was like, I look like a wet rat. Like, that's kind of what I'm feeling today. All right, let's get it. So I definitely feel like you could be showing up authentically in your life, and it could be having people question their own journey. I don't think that you know this though. I think you're just kind of beating to your own drum. You're doing soul searching, you're reflecting, you're healing your inner child. Yeah, you're focusing on what's important to you. You're celebrating your wins. You don't feel like you need to celebrate them with everybody. You're really discovering yourself, who you are, what you want. If there was a relationship where you got a sudden message that something was blocked, or someone was not making a decision to bring a change, that person could have pushed you to discover who you are on a deeper level. Why do you do what you do? What learned behaviors do you have that you need to get rid of? Why do you stay in things when it no longer serves you? And it could have also made you lean into your creative side, whether it was leaning into hobbies you've always wanted to do but you never did, nurturing yourself instead of nurturing others. I'm saying that if that's the case, that person could still be observing you but blocking their emotions. Again, it's an energy of you and someone could have connected the most toxic sides of you. And I feel like both of you are done and over it. I feel like you are healing. I don't know if they're healing. They're changing. I feel like they're changing slowly but surely. But I do feel like they have the tendency to suffer more than you do. It's like you're more willing to accept change if change is what needs to happen. But spirit can't just say change needs to happen and you be like, okay, spirit, you're going to ask the question why. That's just who you are. This person, whoever it is that could have been brought to you to make you really understand yourself on a deeper level and to push you into a moment of discovering yourself, who you are, who you want to be, the purpose of all of it and how you can get there and why you are the way that you are. That person, though, whoever showed you, whoever put that mirror up to you, that person could be still suffering. That could be the person that watches you. Actually, they could be in a time of their life where they're feeling really uncertain. They could be in the time of their life where they're trying to make better choices, but they're struggling. They could be at the time of their life where they feel like life is very chaotic and they don't know if they're going to be able to handle it. But I am saying that person could watch you if they're possible, if they're able. Now they do it in secret, okay? They do it in secret and they do it impulsively. So they could maybe go a few days without watching you, seeing you, looking you up. But as soon as they get that wild hair, there they go run into the bathroom to look you up. What are you doing? What you up to today? What was the last thing you posted? Now again, it could be someone you have blocked. Someone who's not listening to their higher self. Someone who's fighting an awakening. Spirit is telling me that if that's the case, you were the victim in this scenario or situation. I don't see you playing the victim. I see whoever is fighting the awakening is the one that is playing the victim. I see that you were the actual victim here, though. But I am saying that this person could try to keep tabs on you because they can't help themselves. Because they're attracted to you. Because there is still some sort of want and urge and craving that they have. They can fight it. They can deny it. They can run from it. They can ignore it. But it's going to come up. And sometimes have you ever went on a diet and you're like, listen, I don't need chocolate. I don't need chocolate. I don't need chocolate. But it's like that craving hits you so hard that you need chocolate. That's kind of what I get with this person. It's like they can ignore it. They can ignore it. They can ignore it until they can't. And then they have to get their fix of you in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. I don't think that really matters. I think you're admired more than you know. I think you make more of an impact than you know. I think you are a thought provoker. I think that you're like a room shaker. You're a room shifter. And that can be a burdensome title. That can be something that's not easy to carry. But I think that you need to know that you are admired for your place that you have in this world. Yeah, people could see you as like this no bullshit type of person. They could view you as this no bullshit, full of wisdom type of person. They could view you as the kind of person where you love someone. When you love them, but when you don't, you don't. A lot of people could be nosy right now when it comes to love. If you have a lover, if you're single, what you have going on. Some of the people who could be watching you could be people who watched you grow under pressure. So some of the people who could be very intrigued by you right now and very curious around what you're up to, what you're doing, could be people that were in your life when you were under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. This could have been a very toxic relationship, and these people could have seen you grow in that relationship, and they can now see you as someone who, you're no bullshit now. You ain't fucking playing now. It's like, I wonder how you've been since that moment. And you could notice that those people are going to be kind of popping out of the woodworks. Now, this could have been 2 years ago, maybe 2 months ago, but I feel like it's been a longer time frame, maybe 20 years ago. I wonder what happened to them since their first divorce, since them and Jim Bob in high school broke up. Where are they at now? And they could see you as someone who's really wise. They could see you as someone who can never make up their mind, though. So people could still see you as like a wishy-washy person. On Monday, you might say, hey, I'm going to go to Texas. But by Friday, you actually might be in California. You never know what you're going to get from you. The beginning of the year, you might be working in the factory. And by the end of the year, you might be working in construction. Middle of the year, you might do a little dabbling in bartending. It's like we never know what to expect with you. You always keep us on our toes. But again, people could be seeing you as someone who's wise, someone who's strong, someone who's emotionally open and giving, someone who... They could view you as someone who has a tendency to stay dedicated to things that aren't good for you. It's like you put in effort, you put in effort, you put in effort until you can't anymore. Some people could see you as someone who recently started a new venture or a new job, or that you have created something and that it's working for you. This could be paintings, because I'm seeing this and it looks like it goes on the wall. This could be redoing furniture and selling it. It's something that a lot of people don't do. So what does that make me think of? Well, anymore it's hard to find people to fix washer or dryers. Anymore it's hard to find people that can rebind books or Bibles. I think you could do something out of the ordinary. And if that's the case, people see you as someone who's fitting for that job. Yeah, I'm hearing that that wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but it works. So that could be the energy here. Some of you could have learned a trade, maybe through a family member, a grandfather, a grandmother. You took that trade and now it's a business, it's a side hobby, it's a hustle. This could be listening to stories growing up and taking the wisdom that you heard from your grandparents and your parents and soaking that wisdom up and recognizing the purpose of wisdom from your elders. They know a thing or two. They ain't just talking to talk. Well, some of them do just talk to talk, but not all of them. That's what I'm saying. And it's like, you're the kind of person where people are like, oh, you're skilled. You're wise. You're resourceful. You're smart. You know when to listen and you know when to talk. You know when to shift and you know when to stay. You know when to scream from the rooftops and you know when to shut your mouth and kind of blend into the back. And a lot of people could be recognizing just how far you've gotten in your life without them noticing. This could even be family members who kind of doubted you. You're going to need us. You need our help. You need our support. But you could have realized that that was the block. They had some sort of possessiveness over you. And it was kind of restricting you from flying because you didn't need their permission. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm going to leave this here. Have a blessed day.